And that would bring us to the Zephyr Cochrane. A cock is a chicken or a flightless bird, basically. That the idea was it was just too scared to fly. Basically because I had a call sign of Zephyr. I like the idea of a wind that you, or a force that you don't know is there, but is always there and blows. Usually with the sweet smell of some jasmine or something. So anyway, or perfume. Like I said, I also had perfume companies and perfume manufacturing of the thing. A cock is also a male, or males have, you know, a cock is also known as a penis or whatever. So anyway, or at least they think that chickens mate more than normal because there's a lot of eggs or something. Anyway, I had the call sign of Zephyr at one point in time, and that's why they called me the whole Starfleet debate of Zephyr Cochrane or Lusifer Star. And the women would say his name was Lucifer Star, and other people would, and other people would say Zephyr Cochrane, who was too scared to get into his own ships or something like that because he knew that they were unsafe or something. Anyway, no, Zephyr was my call sign, or whatever, or a cute idea I had as a child, basically, and basically not really a real person, really, other than me, and basically it's Lucifer Star. My name is Lucifer, and Star, and well, you know, I'm the epic creator of particle matter and physics, and basically the owner of pretty much Earth and 12 other planets and also 800 galaxies. But you really can't live on 800 galaxies, so, well, you know. And I really created them mostly because I created 12 of the oldest life form types and exoskeletons. And actually I started out with exoskeletons and insects and a whole bunch of other life forms before I ever went to endoskeletons. And the endoskeletons were first known as my inside-out exoskeletons. Which is funny to me because, you know, it's an inside-out exoskeleton. Come on, because I was legendary and well known for my exoskeleton life forms, which were basically, you know, pretty much like a human, only pretty much no skeleton, basically, just and a lot more simple, basically, and actually could withstand high gravities as well as high amounts of radiation. But then and back in those days, like water was a lot more scarce, and basically your AI or basically the leader basically owned all the water, and pretty much if he wanted to make more life forms, he needed the water for them. And water was somewhat scarce in the universe out there. But not really. But I owned 2 or 3 different water storage sites, Earth being one of them, and there's 2 other water storage sites. Earth used to be really cold before it had a moon, but then we added the moon. So then it warmed up all the water and made it nice and thing because I wanted to go sailing on ships and stuff like that. Sailing across the 7 seas or whatever. Anyway, I wanted to go sailing. So, and never really got to go sailing that much, really. Kind of sucked. Anyway, though, but I did go to space quite a bit with the LSFA ship, and I was responsible for it becoming oval. As well as the repair and relaunching of it, basically. I think as the ALSFA ship. Sorry, I'm tired. It's early in the morning. But anyway, yeah. So the first spaceship actually was, of course, Lucifer Star Ship 1 or whatever, or known as the ALSF, or it was the LSFA ship. So, anyway. Yeah. We still have time for the video. believe it said that on the side of the ship. Anyway. Or that. If it comes out. Which probably won't. Anyway, I believe it said that. But then we changed it to ALSFA ship. Yeah, it just sounded, I thought it would look better, you know, in space or whatever. Anyway, it just stood for, basically, just write it backwards, I guess. New set of paper. I'm really messing this up. There. LSFA ship. Anyway, that I believe was my first spaceship, and then after it became oval, it became the ALSFA ship. Anyway, that was my first big planetary spaceship, and also was here on Earth for a time. And after it launched, basically all the people in the ground control center, in the launch center, as well as 2 other centers, and eventually I think all 3 centers were basically killed, pretty much, after the ship launched. And basically Richard Nixon, JFK, or somebody was responsible for that. And then, like I said, then he cloned himself for many years, and even tried to say that he was launching the ship. Somewhere around 1940 or something like that, he pretended like they were launching the ship, and it was the USFA or something, or USAFA ship or something like that. He tried to pretend like he had launched the spaceship. Like I said, in the camera, you couldn't really see what the rest of the ship said. You could only see the giant A at the bottom. So no one really knew what the rest of the letters were. So he just figured on putting the USAF ship, A ship. Richard Nixon tried to say that was the US. But it wasn't, of course. But that doesn't really make sense. So, anyway, or I think he said it was USFA ship. Anyway, I think he tried to say it was the USFA ship. But that, no, it's not, no. It's not that. It wasn't that, nor that at all. Nor that at all. It wasn't that, no. It was this right here. This was the designation of my Anyway,